Hello everyone, this is Casey from Pet Putai Sawan. Just here to give you guys a little bit of advice on Thai language, where to start off with if you plan on coming down here and studying Krabi-Krabong, Muay Thai, or if you're just coming down here to just, travel. I have a few book suggestions as well as some methods on how to learn Thai language here. The best way to start off learning Thai language is with these books right here. I'm missing one because the other one I loaned out to a friend of mine. And the first ones to really start out with has to do with this book series. And the one that I'm missing is the beginner one. So the books are written by Benjawan Pumsan Becker. She has written fantastic books about Thai language. And in these books, you have the vocabulary that you need for daily use, as well as example sentences and grammar. And it also teaches you how to write the Thai language. I really suggest for those who are beginners to really start out with not using the actual Thai written language, especially if you're not going to be here for a very long time. But if you do plan coming out here and doing what I did, which is to teach English and study Krabi-Krabong out here, learning the Thai language itself in terms of reading and writing is very important, especially when it comes to speaking. Right? It can be daunting at first. However, once you get through it, it actually becomes easier and easier as you go along, especially if you live here in Thailand and you're surrounded by it. If you don't live here in Thailand, it's good to take your time, especially when it comes to learning a foreign language. Take your time with it and appreciate the times that you have improved, because it does take a while. When you live here in Thailand, though, you do tend to move a little bit quicker because you're forced to use it on the spot all the time, every day. I learned fairly quickly as I was studying. Now, there are examples of times where it won't work out. There are literally teachers out here that will stay here for tens of years and not know a single bit of it, because basically all they do is either talk with their friends or just not bother with learning the language in general. If you show up here, you have to study if you're going to learn the language. However, doesn't mean it's going to be super difficult either. These books will help you out, and the next book series I wanted to talk about is this one right here, 100 Words That Make You Sound Like a Thai. This one is kind of important because it also teaches you the little insides and outs in terms of Thai language that you will hear. You can study those books all you want, but it won't teach you the little slang terms as well as the little details when it comes to spoken language. This one, however, which I do like in general, Outrageous Thai, this teaches you all the swear words as well as vulgarity stuff. My biggest complaint about this one is that it really kind of teaches you things that you don't necessarily need to know. It has things like, how do I say this? The example sentences that it might say is like, I'll get turned on and horny when my girlfriend licks my butthole, and that's so awesome. And it has that in Thai. I don't know when you're going to be able to use that. However, this is kind of a useful term, especially if you're teaching kids and they like to swear. This is kind of a useful book. However, again, not an everyday thing. Something I wished I did a little differently from studying these books. I wished I started out with, which I did, start out with the Thai for Beginners book. Then read this book. Because this book has all those phrases that you'll hear every day, and that where you can actually pick out the vocabulary a little bit better. Then go with Thai for Intermediate learners. Once you get to that point, you'll be able to get to this one. And this one actually teaches you need to learn the Thai letters. If you don't have the Thai letters and you don't know how to read Thai, you won't be able to study from this book. But once you get to this point, that's when you become fluent in Thai language. But to be native fluent, that's kind of different. Remember, when we study English, we study it every day. We study it when we study history, math, science, martial arts. We learn all those terms in English. So, when we're studying to get to native fluency, that's where you're going to have to kind of go a little bit off on your own. One of the ways to do that is to watch Thai TV shows. I'll admit I'm not a fan of Thai TV shows. However, a lot of people have gotten to native fluency from simply watching shows like Love, Destiny, or the show that I started watching at one point that I'm not a fan of, but at the same time it has a bigger production, is hormones. Now, to get in super native fluency, you have to pick out a subject. In my case, I love to study Krabi-Krabong and Thai history, so the books that I pick out, such as this one, or this one right here, and as well, I also have a Thai encyclopedia for kids. Okay, โลกและอวกาศ Earth and Space ในบัดนี้เราจะได้ค้นพบความรู้เกี่ยวกับดวงดาวและ gosh shit. See, this is one of those moments where some of my Thai friends are like, yay, good job, and other ones are gonna tell me how I'm actually supposed to pronounce it. And I feel like I'm 5 years old reading this book right here because it's full of pictures. But at the same time, this is how you start to learn. So these ones will help you get to that point. All you have to do is read through them and start looking at the vocabulary words that you don't understand, ask help from Thai friends, and see if you can move past that point. And I bet some of you are like, how do you get Thai friends? Exactly. How do you specifically find people who are Thai? That is a little difficult. When it comes to living abroad and trying to find Thai friends to help you learn Thai language, that's a bit more difficult. However, apps such as italki, HelloTalk, italki also has tutors as well that you can hire to help you learn the Thai language as well as the details. I also use Thai teachers from italki to help me learn a little more details. Once I got past these books, I actually had to stop and figure things out. The next thing I would suggest is when you come here to Thailand, don't get yourself too caught up in the foreigner living in Thailand, meaning talking to other English people, going to places like Khao San Road or like Koh Phi Phi, which Koh Phi Phi is fun, I'll admit that, but going to places that are also touristy, you're constantly going to run into foreigners that aren't Thai, and Thai people who are in business to help out tourists and all that stuff. So they're going to be willing to talk to you in English when you really want to submerge yourself as much as you can. I did that by getting involved in Pet Putai Swan, and it's been a great experience, a good workout, and as well helping me learn a lot of different things about the culture here, which I love. So you need to get involved in something culturally here, such as ram dancing, getting involved in cooking Thai food, again the sword play, all sorts of things here. There's not one thing that you can't get involved in. Well, that about sums it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this little instructional video. If you have more questions, please leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you on some of the best ways I discovered how to do that. Feel free to subscribe as well as like this video, and make sure to recommend others if you can. The more likes, the more subscribers we get, the more motivated we are to make videos on history as well as sword play. And if you guys want any more Thai cultural videos as well, please leave a comment. Sawasdee krap.